My child, I am very disappointed, because even after I alert you several times, you are doing the same mistake again. And now I have decided to do something very supernatural in your house tonight. My child, if you are still wondering what you have done, then let me tell you that you have avoided your health. You have treated your body, which I created with my own hands, as though it were something to be neglected. I breathed life into your being so that you might live in harmony, spirit, soul, and body, but you have divided them as though they were enemies of one another. You have pushed your vessel to its limits, and you have silenced the voice that warned you from within. Do you not remember, my beloved, that I made your body as the temple of my spirit? It was not given to you as a burden, but as a sacred dwelling. Yet you have treated it as though it were something to endure rather than cherish. You have forgotten that every heartbeat is a whisper from me, a pulse of divine rhythm calling you back to balance. When you ignore the needs of your body, you ignore the song I composed within you. I have watched you run after many things, giving your strength to fleeting pursuits. You have sought to satisfy others, to keep up with what the world demands, but you have not cared for the vessel that carries your purpose. You rise early and go to rest late, but in your striving, you have abandoned the peace that comes from stillness. You feed your mind with worries and your soul with noise, but your body grows weary, calling out to you like a forgotten friend. You have prayed for strength while refusing the rest that gives it. You have asked for healing while denying yourself the nourishment through which healing flows. I have given you the herbs of the earth, the fruits of the soil, the clean air of morning, and the still waters that renew life, yet you run to things that drain the life I placed within you. My child, I do not speak in anger, but with a love that refuses to leave you where you are. I have watched your struggles. I have seen you collapse under the weight of exhaustion, yet rise again without reflection. You think you are strong when you ignore your pain, but strength is not found in denial. True strength is born from wisdom, and wisdom begins with listening, even to the cries of your own body. Tonight I will move in your house, not to harm you, but to awaken you. There will be a stirring in the unseen, and you will feel my presence like a soft wind that carries truth. Do not fear when the air feels heavy, for I am not coming as a storm, but as light breaking through shadow. I am coming to remind you that your health is sacred. I am coming to remind you that your health is sacred. I have sent you signs, small pains, brief dizziness, sudden fatigue, not as punishment, but as warnings. Yet you dismissed them, thinking they were minor or temporary. But what you call minor, I see as the first whisper of imbalance. I have tried to reach you gently, but you have turned away from the quiet counsel of your own spirit. My child, do you not know that I dwell in you? Every part of you, your mind, your blood, your breath, is a canvas on which I painted my image. When you neglect it, you smudge that image. I do not need perfect strength from you. I need obedience to wisdom. You have prayed for miracles, but ignored the small daily acts through which miracles begin. You ask for new purpose, yet you have not cared for the vessel through which purpose flows. You cannot climb mountains if your foundation is crumbling beneath you. You cannot speak life if your own breath is strained. You cannot pour out love if your heart is empty of vitality. This is why I am calling you to heal, not just in body but in the way you honor the life I gave. You have allowed stress to be your companion and worry to be your teacher. But I did not design your heart to dwell in constant fear. I made you for peace. Every anxious thought adds weight to your chest. Every restless night steals from the strength meant for your day. You must let go. Release what you cannot control, and trust that I am already working beyond your sight. You think healing comes only from prayer, but prayer without discipline is like planting seeds without tending the soil. You pray for health while ignoring rest. You pray for energy while skipping nourishment, and you pray for peace while living in chaos. Faith and action must walk hand in hand, my child. You must participate in your own restoration. I have given you the wisdom of rhythm, day and night, work and rest, giving and receiving. But you have lived without balance, chasing what fades, ignoring what sustains. You have turned your days into a race, and your nights into worry. I call you now to slow down, to listen to the breath I placed in your lungs, the heartbeat that keeps time with eternity. Do not think I am distant from your pain. I have felt every ache. When you wept quietly, too tired to speak, I gathered your tears as precious gems. When you forced yourself to keep moving despite the exhaustion, I was there beside you, whispering, "Rest." But you thought rest was laziness, that caring for yourself was selfish. Yet how can you serve others if you are broken inside? You have forgotten that self-care is not self-indulgence. It is obedience. I command you to honor the life I have given you, not destroy it in the name of sacrifice. Even I, in my creation, paused to rest, not because I was weary, but to set an example of balance. If I, the Eternal, rested, how much more should you, my creation, learn to rest? Tonight I will move through your house with healing in my wings. You will feel my presence as warmth, as stillness, as light pressing gently against the walls of your heart. I will not speak through thunder, but through peace. When you sense the quiet around you, do not run from it. Sit in it. Listen, for in that silence I will teach you again how to care for what I made. Your health is not only about your body, it is about your heart, your mind, your spirit. When one part suffers, all suffer. You have carried emotional burdens too long. You have tried to solve everything by yourself. But I am the healer not just of flesh, but of thought. I will mend what you have broken inside yourself. You must allow me to. Do not be ashamed to admit your weakness. Do not hide behind false strength. It is better to rest in my arms than to collapse in your pride. The world tells you to keep going at any cost, but I tell you to pause, to breathe, to restore. You were not created to live in constant tension. You were made for harmony. There are things you must release, habits that steal your vitality, thoughts that drain your joy, fears that cloud your spirit. Let them go. When you do, you will find that healing begins where surrender starts. I will replace your worry with clarity, your fatigue with renewal, your pain with understanding. You have also forgotten gratitude. You look at your body and see flaws, but I see craftsmanship. You complain about your tiredness, but even that tiredness is proof that you have lived, that your heart still beats, that there is still purpose waiting to be fulfilled. Begin to thank me for what remains, not only for what you desire. Gratitude opens the door to renewal. When you rise tomorrow, do not rush into your old routine. Sit in quiet for a moment. Feel the air enter your lungs, that is my gift. Feel the steadiness of your heartbeat, that is my rhythm. Feel the warmth of light upon your skin, that is my reminder that I am still here, still speaking, still giving life. Do not wait for sickness to force you into change. Choose life now. Feed your body with what nourishes, your mind with what uplifts, your spirit with what heals. Turn away from what poisons your peace, whether it be words, people, or habits. Choose what gives life, and you will find me there. And when you walk again in strength, remember this: never again separate the sacred from the simple. Eating, resting, walking, breathing, all are acts of worship when done with awareness of me. There is no divide between the spiritual and the physical. Both are threads of the same divine fabric. Care for one, and you honor the other. I am not angry, my child. I am grieved because you suffer unnecessarily. I desire to see you whole. You were made for light, and I will not let you remain in darkness. You are precious to me, not for what you do, but for who you are. You are mine. My child, listen closely now, for what I am about to tell you is a mystery that many know but few understand. You have heard that life and death are in the power of the tongue, but you have not yet realized the depth of that truth. Every word that leaves your mouth becomes a seed planted in the soil of your being. The ground of your heart does not reject what is sown. It nurtures whatever you speak, whether it is of life or decay. That is why I tell you now, speak good things over your health, for what you speak you call forth, and what you think you attract. You are made in my image. I formed you not only with flesh and bone, but with creative power. When I spoke, the universe responded, light appeared, life moved, stars danced in obedience to my word. You, my child, carry that same breath within you. Every time you speak, you echo the creative rhythm of the beginning. Words are not empty sounds, They are vibrations of the unseen, shaping what will soon be visible. Your thoughts are the architects, your words the builders, and your faith the foundation upon which your reality stands. When you speak weakness, weakness hears and comes to dwell. When you speak health, healing moves toward you. The body listens to the voice of the spirit, and the spirit listens to the mind. What you think about your body believes. What you continually declare, your being begins to perform. You are the author of your atmosphere, my child, for I have given you authority over your life through the instrument of your words. Do not say, I am sick, even when your body trembles, for in that moment you invite sickness to stay. Instead, say, I am being healed, and let the vibration of that truth call forth recovery. Do not say, I am weak, for those words drain the rivers of strength that I placed within you. Say instead, I am strengthened, and feel your spirit rise to agree. You must learn to speak from faith, not from sight, for faith is the bridge between what is invisible and what is seen. Every cell within you listens. Every strand of your DNA is responsive to thought and emotion. When you bless your body, it begins to harmonize with divine order. When you curse it with complaint, it falls into confusion. I designed your being with sensitivity to intention. It responds to love, to gratitude, to peace. This is why I have commanded you to renew your mind, because your mind is the pilot of your reality. You have allowed fear to dwell too long in your thoughts. Fear is the shadow that distorts the light of creation. When you think constantly of illness, you empower it. When you imagine pain, you multiply it. But when you speak life, you summon the power that flows from my spirit. The light within you responds instantly to gratitude and to faith. Healing is not something you must chase. It is something you must align with. The moment you speak words of blessing, your inner world begins to shift toward balance. Do not be deceived, my child. Thoughts are not harmless. They are the first whispers of creation. Every word you speak is born from a thought, and every thought carries intention. If your thoughts are heavy with fear, your words will echo it, and your body will manifest it. But if your thoughts are filled with peace, your words will overflow with light, and your body will respond with health. This is not superstition, it is spiritual law, the same law that caused galaxies to spin and life to flourish. You must understand that I created you as a co-creator with me. When you bless your body, you partner with me in sustaining it. When you speak kindly to yourself, you open the gates for divine energy to flow freely. Every time you say, I am whole, the vibration of that truth resonates through your cells. Every time you say, I am loved, your immune system strengthens, your heart steadies, your spirit calms. Words heal or wound, they construct or destroy. You must choose life with every syllable. I see how often you speak carelessly, not realizing that your words are commands to the universe. You say, I am always tired, and fatigue comes faithfully. You say, nothing ever changes, and your reality freezes in place. You say, I am falling apart, and your body obeys. But when you say, I am healing, I am growing stronger, I am filled with light, everything within you begins to adjust to match that declaration. The mind sends signals, the body follows, and heaven aligns with your faith. This is why I have told you that gratitude is a key to healing. When you give thanks for health even before you see it, you magnetize the blessing. Gratitude is not only an emotion, it is a frequency that draws good toward you. Speak words of thanks for the parts of your body that work well, and you will find that others begin to improve. Thank me for your heartbeat, and your heart will grow steady. Thank me for your breath, and your lungs will open with ease. When you thank me for the health you desire, you step into the energy of that reality. You must no longer allow the language of complaint to dwell upon your lips. Complaint anchors you to what you do not want. Each time you complain, you repeat the vibration of lack. Instead, speak blessings. Even when you feel pain, bless the area that hurts. Speak love to it, and it will soften. The energy of blessing carries divine intelligence. It knows how to mend what is broken. When you bless, you open doors for light to enter places where darkness once hid. Your thoughts are like seeds cast into the field of eternity. What you think repeatedly becomes form. You have seen how worry can make the body sick. It tightens the heart, it clouds the mind, it drains the energy. Likewise, you will see how peace can make the body whole. It relaxes the muscles, clears the thoughts, restores balance. Every emotion releases a message to your cells. That is why you must dwell in love, for love is the highest frequency, the purest healer. When you think lovingly of yourself, you echo my own thoughts about you. Do not underestimate the power of what you focus on. The body follows the mind. If you constantly look for signs of sickness, you will find them. But if you look for signs of vitality, you will find that too. I have hidden beauty and healing within every part of creation, waiting to respond to your attention. Focus on light, and light will expand. Focus on darkness, and darkness will grow. You are always creating, whether you are aware or not. I want you to begin speaking daily blessings over yourself. Speak them when you wake and when you lie down. Say, I am strong, my body is healing, my mind is clear, my heart is peaceful, my energy flows freely, I live in harmony with divine health. These are not empty affirmations, they are declarations of alignment. Each time you speak them, you reshape the patterns of your energy. You call forth what already exists in potential, and you give it form in the present. You were not made to live under the shadow of sickness. You were made for light, for vitality, for joy. When you think of health, feel it as though it is already yours. Do not wait for evidence before you believe. Belief itself is the evidence unseen. When you think of strength, imagine it flooding your being. The more you dwell upon good, the more good will be drawn to you. For the law of attraction is the law of reflection. The universe mirrors what you hold within. Many pray for healing while speaking words of doubt. Their lips say, I am healed, but their hearts whisper, I am not. And so they remain in conflict, pulling light and darkness in opposite directions. But when your thought, your word, and your faith unite, nothing can resist the vibration you create. This is why I urge you to guard your speech, for every careless word carries weight in the unseen realm. Speak only what you wish to see, and you will see it. Your words also affect those around you. When you speak kindness to others, you raise your own frequency. Blessing others opens a pathway for blessings to return. Every loving word you speak adds light to the atmosphere, and that same light surrounds you. You are connected to all creation through the web of vibration. Every word you release becomes a note in the song of existence. Make your song one of healing, and the world will echo it back to you. There will be moments when doubt tries to whisper, when fear says, this is foolishness. But remember, faith always begins where sight ends. Speak even when you do not feel it. Speak when your mind protests, when your heart trembles. Continue to affirm the truth of life, and soon your reality will shift to match it. Just as a river carves stone through persistence, your words will carve new patterns of health through consistency. I do not want you to be a prisoner of negative imagination. The mind is a tool, it is not your master. Train it to serve your spirit, not to sabotage it. When you catch yourself thinking, I am unwell, gently replace it with, I am healing, I am recovering, I am becoming whole. Do this again and again until it becomes the language of your soul. In time, your body will rise to meet that truth. Remember that joy itself is medicine. Laughter sends light through your cells. It releases harmony in the body. When you rejoice, you align with the highest frequency of life. Speak joyfully, even when you must do so through tears. Say, there is hope, there is healing, there is renewal. Let these words be the drumbeat that guides your heart. You are never without hope, for I am hope itself living within you. The power I have placed in you is not a trick of the mind, but the reflection of my creative law. Every creature, every tree, every wave obeys vibration. When the wind moves, it carries frequency. When you speak, you move creation itself. This is why prayer and blessing are not rituals, they are acts of creation. When you pray over your health, you do not beg, you align. You do not strive, you harmonize with the wholeness that already exists in my design. So, speak, my child, not as one who pleads, but as one who creates with faith. Declare that you are filled with vitality, that your organs sing in harmony, that your mind is clear, that your emotions are calm. Speak to your heart and say, beat strong. Speak to your blood and say, flow with life. Speak to your breath and say, move with peace. Your words are commands that the body understands, for I wove them together with the same language of life. Never again curse what I have blessed. Never again use your tongue to diminish what I have made in love. Speak gently of yourself, for you are sacred. Speak patiently, for transformation takes time. Every word builds upon the last, shaping the architecture of your tomorrow. Let every sentence you speak be a beam of light, every thought a spark of creation. You will find that as your language changes, your world will follow. My child, understand this final truth. You are always attracting. The energy of your thoughts never rests. When you dwell in fear, you attract more fear. When you dwell in faith, you attract miracles. When you meditate on sickness, sickness feels welcome. When you meditate on health, health comes rushing in. The universe is not punishing or rewarding, it is reflecting. And I, who dwell within you, have given you the power to choose what reflection you will see. Therefore, choose words of blessing. Speak love until your tongue forgets how to speak fear. Speak health until your body remembers what harmony feels like. Speak light until the shadows disappear. You were not made to echo the noise of the world. You were made to echo my creative voice. When you speak life, you speak as I spoke in the beginning, and the same light that once filled the heavens will fill you again. So go now, and let your speech be a continual song of gratitude. Bless your mornings with words of renewal. Bless your evenings with words of peace. Bless your food, your water, your rest. Bless every cell within you. Let no word of doubt pass your lips, for doubt plants weeds in the garden of your being. Cultivate only what uplifts, and soon your life will become a field of divine beauty. This is the mystery of faith. What you think, you attract. What you speak, you become. The moment you choose words of life, heaven itself agrees with you. All creation leans in to support the vibration of truth. And I, who am life itself, move through your words, shaping them into reality. Speak then, my child. Speak light, speak love, speak health. Let your words be instruments of creation. Let your thoughts be gardens of peace. Let your faith be the bridge between what is and what can be. For the power to heal, to attract, to renew, has always been within you. It is the breath of my spirit, waiting for you to speak it into motion.